What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Beansworthy Entertainment. This video, it's week 8 coming up, and last time that I did a tier list video was back in week 4. So, we're back, updated tier list video. So, we're just going over the tiers of so far and how I feel the according to the power rankings and the stats with everything and strength of schedule that teams got. And also, I'm just a guy behind a camera saying what I think will happen based on the statistics and what I've seen this season. Hope everybody enjoys the video, and if you do enjoy the video, hit that like button and make sure to check out the other videos on my channel. If you enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button, please and thank you. And to those that have already hit the subscribe button, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for the support. Be kind and respectful to others, and most of all, be kind and respectful to yourself. You're the number one person in this world. Nobody matters more than you do. Let's get into this, and for our first tier, we're going to pop up here. We're starting at the bottom, and then we're going to move up. So, with this first tier, we got the bottom tier. And this is a category that I'm going to go ahead and categorize as down bad. We've got the Giants, who just offered Daniel Jones that big contract that didn't work out. Unfortunately, the offense isn't. They're not having the season that they thought that they were going to be having. So, like, when I say that they're down bad because the next tier up is looking to the next year. But these teams, when looking to the future, I mean, I could technically have the Browns in this category as well. But having the best defense in the league is actually helping out the Browns a lot. So I'm not considering them down bad. These are teams that have terrible records. The Giants, the Panthers. Panthers haven't even got a win yet. New England's having its own struggles, and Broncos, they're down bad because they've got to figure out something to do with their system. And they've got Sean Payton and Russell Wilson's contract that is on the slate. So, excuse me, let me get a drink of water. Patriots, I mean, their defense is doing well, but Mac Jones isn't panning out. It don't look like there is it just isn't looking good in New England for these guys. And that's the first 4 teams that I got. That is the down bad tier. And this next tier that we got here, these are teams that are looking to 2024. They're not doing absolutely terrible, but in my opinion, looking at the strength of schedule, the statistics and the record, everything all combined and everything, in my opinion, these are organizations that they're not going to have the opportunity. There's better teams in their division or something, but they're not going to have the opportunity to get to the playoffs. So, obviously, you're going to go into every single game and do your best. But when I'm talking about these teams, in the back of their mind, they're kind of just going through and trying to figure out. Another description of this category should be is that they are active at the trade deadline that is coming up. We get that soon. It's week 8. Let me double check that. I want to be exact on that. Oh yeah, duh, that's right. I did look it up. It's on Halloween. And I mean, there could be something different that ends up happening, but that's saved. That's this tier. For the first half of tiers, this is my next one that I have up here. These are teams that could be playoff capable depending on how the second half of the season goes. Because the Commanders, the Saints, the Rams, the Buccaneers, the Browns, the Bengals, the Jets, and the Colts, they're all teams that are doing all right, and given the right circumstances, if they put two and two together, they might be able to sneak their way in to the playoffs. Yeah, coming back down to look into 2024 with that one. I know that we went ahead, but 2024, the Packers, Bears, Cardinals, Titans. I think the Titans should get rid of Derrick Henry. Chargers, they've honestly, the Chargers just got to work on their game. The Raiders need a quarterback. Cardinals, they need a quarterback. Bears are in, you would say, the situation. And all six of the teams in the look into 2024, in my opinion, have questionable or aging quarterbacks, except for the Chargers. Justin Herbert, I mean, you could tag him as questionable if you want, but moving back up to the playoff capable, if Sam Howell, if they can protect Sam Howell better the second half of the season, the Commanders could end up doing something. The Saints, they've got an amazing defense. They're in the same shoes as the Browns. The LA Rams, they just got to keep on doing what they're doing with that passing game and that offense. In my opinion, Buccaneers, they're where they need to be. It's interesting when looking at it. And I made sure that I kept everything even with this tier list as well. The first tier list, I kind of went all over the place and didn't take the NFC and the AFC. And if you notice now, I've got things split side by side. Going over to the AFC, the Browns, if they keep their defense up and the Steelers go to shit, I don't see the Ravens going to shit. The Bengals are dangerous because Joe Burrow's healthy now. The Jets, if Zach Wilson just plays his role, Breece Hall, Indy, they've got Jonathan Taylor back now, and Zach Moss is out there doing his thing. So, literally, any of these 8 teams that are on the playoff capable list, I have a feeling they could sneak into the playoffs. But all right, that's it for the first half, and now let's move on to the second half, and we have the third tier. These are the teams that I feel like will make, if the season ended today, or not even necessarily if the season ended today. Again, strength of schedule is what I looked at, statistics and everything, and recent performance. Honestly, San Francisco's in there just because of the fact that they just lost to the Browns and the Vikings. I know the Browns, there was a little bit of injuries. Vikings, they still didn't have Deebo Samuel, but there's so many weapons on that offense. I don't want to hear any excuses to why Brock Purdy couldn't fucking make it happen. Falcons, they're doing good. Bijan Robinson, take some Tylenol before the game next time. Get to feeling a little better. Vikings, they've shown some fight recently, and not only that, like I said, they just took down the 49ers, so that's good. I'm moving over to the AFC side, and in my opinion, I'll hold right now, I will hold the Steelers, and especially that I feel like looking at strength of schedule in the AFC North, I think that the Steelers have the easiest strength of schedule in the AFC North, if you want to go ahead and look at that and everything. Maybe I'll start breaking this down even better in the future. Bills, I've just said that the Bills are going to get knocked out. A wild card knockout really doesn't seem too likely, but as soon as I post the other teams that are higher up in the tiers, they're they're gonna it'll make a little bit more sense. The Texans, yeah, they're a decent team, and I feel like they should be ranked a little bit higher than what they were, especially considering the fact that C.J. Stroud just threw his first interception. He's going through a process, and the team is actually building him up and getting him ready for the league. I absolutely love to see it. Why did that go away? I know that I had it up. There it is again. I know that I had that up. I don't know why that just disappeared on me. My bad, guys. But there's that for you, and I mean, I explained it kind of. Uh, but yeah, those teams are the teams that I feel like this second half is all playoff teams. I made it so this second portion of the tiers is all the teams that I feel like are going to make the playoffs this year, based on how this year's gone and the strength of schedule for what they've got the rest. Let's move on to the next one. And the divisional round teams. These are the teams that end up winning their wild card matchup. And if you can see this, this makes a little bit more sense. I know that the Lions just got pummeled by the Ravens, but I mean, they were in Baltimore, and it was tough to see, but I feel like that was just kind of a little bit of a fluke. I don't know. Leave a comment. Leave a comment on the video and tell me what you think about that Dolphins game. But in my opinion, I feel like that was just a fluke. They'll get it. They'll get it taken care of. And seating wise, I'm not really gonna speculate any seating in this at all. But Cowboys, I feel like they actually get a win in the playoffs. They move on. Over on the AFC side, this is why I was saying that it's going to make sense that the Bills get knocked off, because we've got the Dolphins and the Jaguars. And if you just use simple deduction, by the time that we've gotten here, you can already guess who I've got as the championship contenders, the teams that I feel like will be in the AFC and NFC championship games. And you might be surprised at who I picked for the NFC. It's pretty clear, in my opinion, who is going to get it. But keep on going here before I get ahead of myself. The Cowboys, I feel like the Cowboys are going to do well in the playoffs. They'll get it done. Vikings, or not Vikings, Lions, they're going to do good in the playoffs. Tua and the Dolphins, I feel like they more than likely have basically the second home field advantage, kind of. I mean, I don't see the Jaguars having a better record than the Dolphins at the end of the year, but we could see. The Jaguars I definitely have in there with their hot streak, and they finally got some things that are put together. They look like a whole squad, and I feel like they can keep it going. Their schedule looks about 50-50 when you think about difficulty. There's some good teams and there's bad teams. But yeah. So for the divisional round, let's get up to the top tier. These are the teams, and I don't know who's going to be matched up against who. Again, too early enough. We're only in week 8. Too early enough to kind of start predicting seeding. I'm just here doing my tier list based. Again, like I said, this is just based off of what I've seen and statistics and other information that I've gathered. But this is who I have for our championship contenders. Two of these teams on the top are going to end up going to the Super Bowl. Honestly, I don't know. I originally, in my first tier list, thought that Kansas City was going to get knocked off. But then all of a sudden I saw, this is the reason why I put Kansas City back up on the top tier, is because I started noticing that in their games, they encounter adversity, but end up turning the page and using it in their own way, motivation or whatnot. But this squad of Kansas City, also give props to them about having the best defense that they've had probably in years. Arguably one of the best defenses in the league. But I'm a Browns fan, so we got that number one spot, baby. Even though that game against the Colts was not the greatest, let up a lot of points, and but PJ Walker got that late game drive down, got a couple of flags. I know that people are arguing over the legality and or not the legality, but the a lot of people are questioning those flags, but I'll take it. It got us the dub. But up here, I'm gonna explain why I've got the Seahawks up there is just because of Geno Smith. He had a hot streak. He went cold a little bit. Threw a red zone pick last week and also mishandled a snap. Ended up fumbling the ball. But I mean, these couple of weeks and it's moving on. It'll be a lot different once it gets into the Super Bowl. And I've looked at the schedule. I feel like the Seahawks can manage to get into the playoffs and fight their way through the playoffs to get to the championship game for the NFC championship game. Now, I've still got the Eagles going to the Super Bowl again. Over on the AFC side, that literally could be a toss-up because I did have the Ravens upsetting somebody. So if it could be a Eagles Ravens Philadelphia Baltimore Super Bowl, I wouldn't be mad at that. Couple birds, really close, that East Coast vibe. Those fan bases too. That'd be crazy to see the Philadelphia fan base and then the Baltimore fan base for an entire week getting ready for the Super Bowl. I feel like that would be the coolest shit ever. Like, Kansas City last year was fun, and the whole Travis and Jason. By the way, shout out to Travis and Jason, go check out New Heights. 92 percenters are all over there. My favorite sports podcast right now. So if you're watching the video and you want to watch some people that really know what they're talking about, those guys actually play in the league. Go out, check out New Heights. They're on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Just Google it. Google New Heights, Kelsey Brothers, and you'll be able to find it. But, yeah. Kind of making that realization. Those two fan bases going at each other for a whole entire week, I think that would be fucking awesome. But, yeah. That'll be it for all of the tiers today. I hope that you enjoyed the video. And again, these are just my opinions, and we'll see how it pans out. I know that there's a lot of difference in these tiers compared to the first tier, but just because of that difference, or like I said, I made sure to even out NFC and AFC to kind of keep them balanced on where their divisions are going to end up and the teams in their divisions. But hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hit that like button if you did, and if you had fun watching, check out my other videos. Explore the other content on my channel. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoy the content. And hope everybody has a good day. Thank you guys for stopping by. Again, be kind and respectful to others, and most of all, be kind and respectful to yourself. You're the number one person in this world. Nobody matters more than you do. Thank you guys. See you next time.